Welcome to Run With It, BC's only running fitness and health show. On this month's episode, I was in conversation with award-winning director and actress Camille Mitchell. But first, let's go to our segment on the Harry Jerome Track Classic. Check this out.
Stride for stride. Vesatilla and Bradley out in lane 8 making a strong go along with Hannah. Who's going to get there?
I've been here for the past couple of years. Harry Jerome Classic has always been really good to me. Just the fans and getting a chance to see all the kids. It's been a great opportunity for me, and just to be back here, I always want to represent my country. And now that they're having a China versus Canada Sprint Challenge, so it kind of just makes it even a greater event. Looking forward to fast times and get a chance to compete and get myself ready for Canadian Nationals.
How's the hamstring?
It's good. It's good. I went back to the drawing board after a couple races. Feeling better now, feeling a little more fit. So now I just got to go out there and put the time down.
Where are you at, do you think, physically?
I think I'm really good. The last couple races I was a little, my fitness wasn't really there. So now, we've been clocking some good times at practice. So now I just got to go out there and compete and make it happen.
What are you hoping for the next 2 days?
Just trying to execute a great race, get the win, and just prepare myself mentally and physically to, get ready for a couple rounds of the Canadian Nationals and then head back over to Europe.
I think wearing the maple leaf on your chest, it's just such an amazing feeling. So to be able to share that with the next generation, we just run from A to B, but for them, it's the world.
So we definitely have a great chance for the relay and trying to win medals there.
What about the diamond? Do you plan to go back to Europe and race more diamond?
Oh yeah, definitely. I plan to head over back there after Canadian Nationals. So I have there's about 2 or 3 diamond leagues left in the year. So I'm going to try to score some points there and try to get into the diamond league final. It's very important. I've had a lot of success. I have a little bit of downs now, just physically, but trying to get myself back into that rhythm and that shape is definitely a challenge. But training's been going very well these past couple of weeks, and so now I'm just looking forward to just trying to have that progression from training and turn it into a competition.
I'm looking forward for a great competition. Once again, I love China. I love Canada. I think it's going to be a great battle. The stadium's going to be filled. We're going to bring excitement, and BCBC is going to party on Wednesday night.
Joining me is a very special guest. She's award-winning actor and director. Her name is Camille Mitchell, and she's here today to talk about her successful career and how she maintains a healthy lifestyle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a fan of your show, so it's really a pleasure to be here today.
Well, we're honored to have you, and thank you for coming on the show. So, with the amount of work, like being on a set and long hours, how do you maintain a healthy lifestyle?
It's really day to day. I have to really sit down the night before and go, okay, I've got to get an hour in somewhere. Usually, it's hopefully a lovely long hike on the North Shore Mountains with my dog. That keeps me sane, and I've heard this term now, forest bathing.
Forest bathing, oh,
right? It's some Japanese term of forest bath. So that, or I will just try and sneak in when I can, a little fast jog here or there, or I love to do yoga when there's time, but there's not always time. So basically, I really try and get my sleep, sneak in a meditation, get in at least half an hour of something, preferably an hour.
Yes, and you have some time aside, but it also helps with the line of work that you do, which is amazing. Multi-talented you are.
Thank you.
And it helps with your mind, it helps with just focusing on what you're doing.
Yes, I mean, one of the best things I learned from my son's primary school principal was she was talking about how kids learn spelling. And she said, have your son spell out each letter in huge, using his whole body. Just have him stretch way up to the top of the B and bring it way down. And after that, I went, okay, this makes sense in terms of just getting lines in your bones. So one of my favorite ways to learn lines is by moving, just walking, hiking, so that it's got some cellular memory to it, and I find that it really helps.
How did your passion begin for acting? You come from a family of actors.
My grandfather on my father's side was a Lutheran minister, And apparently, I never saw him preach, but I gather he was a great orator. He was a great actor. And my father, of course, was an actor, Camille Mitchell. My mother was an actress in Europe. Johanna Melvin was her stage name. My brother is Camille Mitchell Jr. is an actor. We've got actors all over the place. As kids, we would just do skits. We were always expected to perform for family occasions. So if there was a big birthday coming up or a grandparents' anniversary, it was just kind of a given that, okay, kids, so we're going to do the dinner and then you have an hour to do your skits.
Oh,
And we imitate members of the, we were encouraged to, it was a bit, sometimes it was a bit heartless. We were encouraged to imitate family members and create scenarios. So as kids, we were just always encouraged. In fact, for a while I deviated and I went into pre-med and I was hoping to save the world. And then I was just like, oh my God, this course was insane. And someone said, take a Mickey Mouse course, take an acting course. And I took a course at UBC Theater Department with Stanley Reese, and I just fell in love with it. It just had everything I love. It had human psychology and behavior, and it had the mystery of figuring out why people do what they do, and it had poetry, because I loved literature, and it just sort of had everything I loved. And I've been doing it since I was 19, and I was thinking this morning how much I still love it. I still love acting. It's just so exciting. It's so exciting to step into someone else's shoes. You get to live a lot of different lifetimes in one.
yes.
And especially in the theater where you can, I've been so lucky. I was at the Shaw Festival for a number of years and at the Stratford Festival, and you actually have people enabling you. They're building you fabulous costumes. They're giving you amazing sets. They're really enabling this whole thing, and it's like, oh my God, all I have to do is step into this character, and everyone's making it as real as it can possibly be for me.
Do you prefer stage or theater or film?
I'm starting to find my way. I was a late comer to TV and film because I just focused on theater all my early career. And so it was only after my son was born that I thought, okay, I've got to start working 5-day weeks instead of 6-day weeks.
Wow.
Because theater is 6 days a week, 8 shows a week, and your day off is to do laundry and groceries and maybe make sure you're still in touch with friends and family. And it's an interest. That too is also just in terms of time management. But so I came late to TV and film, and it was new for me, and I'm now starting to find it a really interesting process because it's theater. You hopefully will have at least a couple of weeks. Although we used to have 3 or 4 weeks to rehearse a play. Now it's like if you got 2 weeks, you're really lucky.
Congratulations on your Leo nomination.
Thank you.
And you've been nominated twice, right? For Smallville and this one here,
Somewhere between, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was a real treat. That was a really fun experience.
Yeah, so tell us about the role.
I play the mother of Laura, who's played by Paula Patton, who's absolutely lovely, and Devon Soya, our Vancouver Devon Soya, is a wonderful actor, and Aria Birch, lovely actress, all from Vancouver, except for Paula, of course. And Esperanza is her crazy mom. She's in a very hip celebrity rehab center. And she's debating whether to have an affair with an orderly who's about 20 years younger than she is. But at the heart of it, she made a lot of mistakes as a mom. And she was kind of a free spirit in her youth, and she's a very fun character, and at the heart of it, she's quite lost, and she does want to make amends to her daughter. She just doesn't really know how.
And then you go from top sheriff, right, in Smallville.
Yeah.
Tell us about what was that like?
That was so fun, and that was kind of the perfect mom role. My son at that point was 9, so for him to see his mom getting all gacked up on set with, a gun and a holster and all this stuff was it was kind of the perfect thing I could have done to keep his respect. But I just played her as a real small town woman who wants to do the right thing and just unfortunately keeps finding Clark Kent at the place where the crime happened. So she's very suspicious of him. She's suspicious of all of these young'uns, and it was a very fun. When I died, it was an interesting process because I got shot by my deputy, right? But I'd never been killed on film or TV before. And it's a bit of a creepy feeling. They had my death scene lined up first, which was fine, but this very sweet director came over the minute I got on the set and went, "Oh, you're all right." He was British. "Oh, you're all right, darling. Oh, you're all right. Let's go talk." And I'm going, "No, I'm fine." Because it's really much better if you all go out, on a good note. And I'm going, "No, I'm absolutely fine. Kill me. It's okay. You can kill me."
What is next for you?
Well, right now I'm trying to finish rewrites on my first feature film script. Thank you. And I'm trying to write a play. So I'm in the process of trying to buckle down and get these things done.
Where can people see you?
Well, I think on video on demand on the ABC network. I think Somewhere Between is still being played, or it's on iTunes. Smallville is on iTunes. I come in season 2 through season 6 or 7, I think. Thank you. Oh, and I've just done a Van Helsing that was really fun. I guest starred on Van Helsing, and that'll be coming out in the fall. Yeah, that was fun.
You know what? We're going to have you come back.
I would love to. Thank you very much, Christine. Yeah.
I really enjoyed our interview, and thanks for coming on the show. And we'll be right back after this break. Joining me is a special guest, Hesham Hammoud. He's an actor and a special effects artist, and he's here today to talk about both his passions and how he follows a healthy lifestyle. I'm excited for you to be here, Hesham.
Happy to be here.
So, with being on the set and long hours, how do you maintain a healthy lifestyle?
I definitely try. My thing is I like to go to the gym first thing in the morning, get it out of the way because of all the overtime that you could be doing. So if I plan on going in the evening to the gym and then they ask me, hey, the shot's going out tonight, we have some overtime. Do I go to the gym? Do I come back? What do I do? So I kind of just try to go in the morning to avoid missing the gym. But the problem with that is sometimes I'm at work till 2, 3 a.m. So I just got to sleep and I skip the gym for that day. But I try to go at the minimum like 3 times a week.
Yeah, so I mean, like, do you work out early in the morning?
Yeah, so I'll try to get there around 7 a.m. I have a good friend of mine that we go to the gym together, and we'll do something first thing to kind of wake up, maybe a little cardio, just some stretching, and then we'll get into the heavy weights. But it's nice in the summer because when it's sunny outside and you wake up at 6:30 in the morning, it's sun. In the fall, it's still dark outside. Your body just knows that don't wake up at this time. It's way too early. So in the summer, I find I'm more effective at going that early.
In the gym, like, you're saying you lift weights, right?
Yeah.
So routine. Can you tell us?
It depends on what I'm trying to do. If I'm trying to bulk up and gain some weight, put on some muscle, it's a lot of heavy weights. Compound exercises, squats, deadlifts, bench press, some basic arm stuff. I don't focus on too many small like muscles and whatnot, like calves and stuff. It's, if I'm bulking, it's just as basic exercises. And then if I'm cutting down and trying to lose, I incorporate a lot of cardio. I'll try to do cardio every day. My favorite is the Stairmaster or the row machine.
Oh yeah.
Just because high intensity in such a short amount of time, that just melts the fat away. If that's what you're trying to accomplish. For me, at least.
And then you don't feel guilty having that bag of chips.
That's what I find with the high intensity is it keeps the metabolism going all day. So it's not just burning fat in that moment, it's kind of the whole day that my body's working, so.
And do you find like working out, it helps with what you do? You're multi-talented, you're a visual effects artist plus an actor.
Depending on what type of roles you go for. So a lot of stuff that I go for right at the beginning was, cop and guard and tough guy, and so you go into these auditions with a tight black t-shirt just because that's at the end of the day, 4 lines, that's what they want to see, who looks mostly like the character and who can just be it, right? Obviously as you get on in the career and you get more juicier characters, body size and stuff isn't as relevant until you're a superhero or whatever it is. But I find for me it helps me keep active. I'm my best when I'm fit and I'm healthy. So even in the studio, if I'm doing long hours, I feel more awake, more energized when I'm constantly exercising. Because if I'm not and I'm eating all the junk food, your body just starts adapting to that and you become super tired.
Which came first, Jim? Acting or visual effects?
Visual effects came first, actually. Acting was never on the radar. It's just kind of something that found me and just came out of nowhere, essentially. I basically, after I graduated the Vancouver Film School, so I grew up in Ottawa, Ontario, went to university for information technology, and I was just kind of a little bored. I was doing web development for the federal government, and I had a good career, and I wanted something more. I loved movies, and at that time was the very first Transformers movie that came out, and I was watching it, and I was like, what is that? Like, it was just so complex, because we've seen visual effects before, but that one was the one that hit me. So I started to get into it, and one thing led to another, discovered Vancouver Film School, and came here, did that program for 1 year. After I graduated, I couldn't find a job. The summertime is slow, TV shows are done filming, and there's not a lot of work going on. I met a guy, I wish I knew his name because I'd almost say he changed my life, but he told me, I was at a friend's barbecue and he had a Vancouver Film School bag, and we just started chatting, and told him I couldn't find a job. He's like, go be an extra on set. I was like, what is that? I thought they just film people on the street. Apparently it's a job. So he gave me the name to his agency for the extras, and signed up. 3 days later I ended up on, it was a Halo miniseries that they were filming here. I ended up as an extra on that. It was some hallway scene and destruction and things were falling down. I was standing there and I'm like, wow, this is a completely different feeling. I got more gigs as an extra, and things just started kind of fitting in place. I found directors kind of putting me closer to the camera and then saying things like, can't we have him over here? Like, I was kind of being pinpointed a few times, and people asking me, like, hey, are you an actor? Are you an actor? I'm like, no, I'm not. They're like, oh. And it just kind of, I was like, I don't know what it is that they're talking about, but maybe there's something here that I should explore. And one thing led to another. Got some headshots, did some clips online, sent to an agent, signed with my current agent, and just been going at it since. And that's when I think deep down I always knew that I wanted to be an actor, and I chose visual effects as my way to stay in the industry but not be an actor. Just I don't know, mind to play some games on me, but now I get to do both, and I love the visual effects, but I love the acting. That's kind of the.
Well, you have a very specialized skill. You can do both.
Fortunately, my company that I work for is very supportive. They're actually like, when's your next audition? When's your next gig? When's your, so it's like, guys, I have an audition. I got to take a lunch break. Okay, bye. it's as long as I make up the hours and I do my full days of work, or if a shot's being delivered, as long as me going to an audition doesn't affect that, then everyone's fine with it.
Tell the viewers, like, what is visual effects?
The simplest way I'd say to describe it is basically creating something in post-production that was not filmed on set or can't be filmed on set. Obviously, a good example is the Transformers, any superhero movie. Obviously, cars do not transform like that, so we have to create it digitally. So we take the impossible and make it possible. But it can also be very, very simple things, as just the other day I was painting out a wire. An actor is walking behind it because they had to hook a wire up to a light. They had to have it there, so at the end I had to go basically frame by frame and remove that wire. So the things that you don't actually know are visual effects are essentially could be visual effects.
Congratulations on Once Upon a Time.
Thank you.
You create magic.
That literally magic effects. There's a lot of magic on that show. That show represents a lot of fantasy, fairy tales, and it's impossible to do it without the visual effects because of the fantasy worlds that they go to, and it introduces interesting challenges because nobody really knows what magic should look like, or is it realistic? Obviously, as a viewer, you're watching, you know it's fake because it's magic, but does it look cool? Does it tell the story? Right? So anything that's a smoke proof, it's like, what does a smoke proof look like? Or if she's giving magic out from her hands, it's, you have to come up with the creativity of what you think that would look like. And it goes back and forth to your supervisor, to the client, to the director, and it comes back and forth. And then sometimes, like, that looks really, really cool. We really like it. Except we saw this effect in season 1, so just go back and take that. Oh, all that work for nothing. But you have to keep the continuity. So a show with 7 seasons introduces those challenges of you try to enhance it and try to make things new, but you have to keep it. If we've seen it before, it's got to stay the same. Right?
What is next for you?
Right now, it's still some visual effects. I'm on to a different show now. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, I believe it's called. Yeah, and that films here in Vancouver as well. So I'm doing some visual effects for that, but this summer, I'm trying to do my own acting projects. So me and a buddy, we've kind of created a film based on true stories that him and I both experienced. It's about losing best friends, and we kind of put that together, and we're going to film that hopefully in November. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be a great project, I think. I don't want to give too much away because it's going to be big, but
I'm excited to learn.
I think we have the truth on our side, and it's going to be deep and raw and emotional, and we're hoping something will come out of that. But we've come to realize that you just kind of have to make your own way. Sometimes you can't wait for the industry to give you something. So it's kind of what we do to keep busy. Like I said, I get bored easily, and if I don't have something to do, I try to come up with a project or something to help keep the creativity going.
Well, you certainly are following your passions, and I want to thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
And where can people watch you?
I'm working on the social media angle. Still not that good with that, but right now, if you go to my website, heshamhammoud.com, I've uploaded pretty much my clips of everything that I've acted in. You just go to the video page and just scroll through and pick the videos that you want to see. They're all labeled, Arrow, X-Men, Once Upon a Time. They're all there, and you just kind of play just to see what you want to watch. Yeah. In terms of visual effects, there is on Vimeo. I don't think I have that link anywhere because I usually go through LinkedIn or applying directly. That's not something that people tend to search for. It's word of mouth. Hey, here's my document. But there is a link for that I can provide if you want to take a look at some of the stuff that I do.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much.
I'd like you to come back.
Absolutely. When something big comes next time, I'll make this happen again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this break.
Thanks for watching. If you have a question or comment about today's show, go to our website on the screen. Until next time, run with it. Run With It is sponsored by Echo Shoes, Hype Hair, Mallory's Fashion Network, and Skechers Performance Canada.